Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be doing the Week 5 college football picks. This week is a lot. There's a lot of great games this week and a lot of great games to just watch in general. I hope you watch a lot of these, switch channels. But this is going to be a very interesting and fun week. But let's just get straight into it. So first we got Ohio State versus Michigan State. The running back duo for Ohio State, Travion Henderson and Quinshon Judkins, is really working out right now for Ohio State. Plus Jeremiah Smith, the wide receiver, and Emeka, their wide receiver duo, is working out. Will Howard is also playing very well, so Ohio State has a lot of strengths right now. Michigan State is playing well on record, but Aiden Childs has thrown 7 picks so far this season, which is rough. Very rough. They lost to Boston College last week. That is their only loss this season. The level of competition they've played isn't very high, but they're not a bad team. So I have Ohio State winning this, but Michigan State will definitely give them some competition. I think Marshall did give them some competition last week. Marshall is always a good team, but let's see what happens. I think Ohio State's going to blow out, but I think Michigan State's going to at least score 2 to 3 touchdowns. Score prediction right here, 49-21, Ohio State. Next, we got the game of the week, Georgia versus Alabama. Georgia is playing very, very well right now. Besides that Kentucky game, only winning by a point. Carson Beck has played very well. Dominic Levitt has played all right. The receivers and the rushers, the running backs, haven't really stood out yet, but it's Carson Beck carrying the team right now on his back at quarterback. But they're playing Alabama. Alabama's an underdog at home for the first time in a while. Jalen Milroe is playing amazing, 8 touchdowns, and Jam Miller has just been a standout running back. He wasn't the guy to be like the standout or whatever. It was supposed to be Justice Haynes, but obviously Jam Miller has had a better season. Ryan Williams, also a very good player. I'm pretty sure he's a freshman, so he's very good. That's a true standout right there. I have Alabama actually winning this game. Alabama's going to win. I think Alabama has it. Just Georgia, I get they've worked off of that Kentucky game, but I have Alabama winning this. I feel like they're just stronger right now. They have a lot more confidence, so I have Alabama winning for the game of the week. Next, we have UCF versus Colorado, and I have UCF winning this game. KJ Jefferson is back in his rhythm. You got RJ Harvey, Deshaun Pace, a very good defensive player, and RJ Harvey, the best rusher, one of the best rushers in college football. Colorado obviously has a lot of momentum. They have played outstanding this season. I was like, at the beginning of the season, like, the hype. Why are people hyping them up so much? But maybe the hype is actually real now. Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter are truly playing well. But for biased reasons, I have UCF beating Colorado just by a bit. Next, we have Louisville versus Notre Dame. This would have been the match of the week probably if Georgia and Alabama were not on here. Louisville has played excellent. Tyler Show has been excellent. There's only really 2 guys, Tyler Show and one of the receivers. It has been a 2-man show for Louisville, and they have impressed a lot of people. Notre Dame, obviously, Riley Leonard still struggling. Notre Dame giving the backups more time, not really benching Riley Leonard, but obviously giving the backups more time. Jeremiah Smith is playing outstanding right now, the big standout for Notre Dame. I have Louisville winning another game this week. After an impressive win versus Georgia Tech, I thought Georgia Tech would honestly win that. I think they have it against Notre Dame. I'm going to go with kind of an upset here. I think it's an upset just because Notre Dame's back on track. They had a big win against Purdue and then obviously won again. So Notre Dame is back on track now. Obviously, NIU lost to Buffalo in overtime, so they fell out of the rankings. But that's not about it. I got Louisville winning this game. Next, we got another great match, Illinois versus Penn State. Luke Altmaier is playing very well. He's obviously still cooking everyone. They have a lot of great players. Xavier Scott, the defensive player with 3 interceptions this season. Illinois is looking very strong right now. Penn State looking very good as well. Drew Drew Aller is playing well, and Nick Singleton has been one of the best running backs as well in this league. Tyler Warren, a top tight end right now for Penn State. I got Penn State pulling it off here, though. They struggled against Bowling Green a couple weeks ago. They've kind of bounced back to that. I think they're going to beat Illinois in hand. Illinois is a loss. Next, we have Oklahoma State versus Kansas State. It's another great ranked matchup. Alan Bowman obviously was not consistent versus Utah last week. Ollie Gordon was not either. Ollie Gordon needs to have a big game. Oklahoma State does not have a lot of confidence here, but so does Kansas State. They don't have confidence either. Avery Johnson played bad against BYU. BYU crushed them. I'm pretty sure the score was 38-9, and getting crushed by BYU something, but BYU actually isn't that bad, but it's Kansas State. Kansas State looks really strong. DJ Giddens has to have a great week. Every important player, every key player that I've listed from Kansas State when they've been on the picks this year needs to have a great game. But I have Oklahoma State winning this. I know it's kind of iffy, but Kansas State lost by a lot. Oklahoma State didn't. I get Utah had their backup playing, but I have Oklahoma State winning this. Next, we have Texas A&M versus Arkansas. Connor Weisman is not starting. That is a big thing. I mean, it's Connor Weisman. He was expected to be a top 5 quarterback this season by most analysts. Le'Veon Moss, the other running back, is playing very well. It's going to be big for the backup. The backup actually started last week, and I did not find out until now that Connor Weisman is a backup option. And he sure has struggled, but I don't know about backing him up right now. I'm pretty sure, yes, the name is Marcel Reed. I'm pretty sure that's what his name is. Coming off my research, but he was not bad last week against Bowling Green. Obviously, Bowling Green has impressed a lot of teams and a lot of fans because Bowling Green has played Penn State and Texas A&M, and it hasn't lost by much. They've lost by a touchdown both times, but they're obviously playing Arkansas with Taylor Green, who struggled last week, has been iffy the past couple of weeks. But Taylor Green is a top quarterback in my opinion. I think Arkansas is going to win this. I really do. I have a lot of faith in Arkansas. Arkansas is looking really impressive. I know y'all are going to be like, KJ Jefferson was the problem last year, but I don't think it was. I think it was just a team as a whole. But I got Arkansas winning. Maybe a bounce back year for them, having a year like they usually do. Next, we got USF versus Tulane. Iron Brown leading the team in rushing and passing has been an important piece to the team all year. I've mentioned him so much. And their wide receivers, their running backs, Sean Atkins, guys like that, they need to do better. USF is really struggling. What we have noticed from USF in the past few weeks, and I hope you have noticed this too, is if you look at it versus Alabama, they had it. They had it against Alabama, only down by 1 point, and they gave it all up. 4 touchdowns in that fourth quarter by Alabama, and they got blown out. They got blown out by Alabama, but they had it. At the beginning of the fourth quarter, they had it. They were very close. It was in their hands, especially against Miami. A lot of people, me, my dad, thought they had a lead going into half, but they gave it up on a touchdown from Miami. They had a lead pretty much going into the half, and then right before the half ended, they blew it, and they blew the rest of the game, lost by 35-plus points. So USF needs to lock in versus Tulane here. Darla Mensa, I think that's his name. Yeah, he's a great quarterback. Mario Williams, the transfer from USC. That's a big transfer for Tulane. Tulane obviously lost Pratt, their quarterback, Michael Pratt, their quarterback, who is very good. And they have a new quarterback. He has stepped up very well for Tulane. Tulane has the same record as USF. Mario Williams from USC has already had 300-plus yards. No touchdowns yet for Mario Williams. USF, I think, will win this. I finally have built my trust into USF. I think since they're playing a finally easier competition versus Tulane, I think they have this one. Score prediction right now, I think I'm going to say 24-21, barely beating Tulane by just a field goal. Next, we have a match that I really thought was interesting, Boise State versus Washington State. And, of course, the highlight for Boise State every week is Ashton Jeanty. Every week you'll see Boise this season on the picks, which I don't think it'll be that often. Ashton Jeanty will always be on here. 9 touchdowns. He was leading touchdowns. Now that belongs to Tennessee's running back. And Ashton Jeanty's been impressive. Obviously, he didn't score a touchdown last game against Portland State, but he's been impressive. Camper has also been impressive, 200 plus yards. He has been the star wide receiver for Boise State. Madsen has been an impressive quarterback as well. A lot of impressive players on Boise State, but they're playing Washington State. Washington State played very good. John Mateer, a very underrated quarterback. I have not heard of this guy up until a couple weeks. And then Kyle Williams, their wide receiver, a big wide receiver for Washington State, 300 plus yards, already 4 touchdowns. They have a lot of pieces for Washington State as well. But I got Boise State edging out Washington State just because, if y'all didn't know, Boise State beat or lost Oregon by 3 points week 2. And they've been impressive so far this season. So I have Boise State winning this game. Last game on the picks, it is Utah versus Arizona. 2 teams that will probably end up in the picks a lot. Definitely Arizona this year. Cam Rising's still questionable. Status hasn't been updated as of now. Isaac Wilson, their backup, is still looking like he's going to start. Micah Bernard obviously has a lot of momentum, a lot of confidence as he has played insane the past couple weeks. Utah stepped up, especially Isaac Wilson. He has stepped up at the quarterback position, and I really like how he's playing. Arizona, Noah Fifta, he struggled a bit this season. He's playing decent. Yes, obviously it's Noah Fifta, but he's not playing like how he should be. Noah Fifta needs to do better. If you want to give the ball to Teodoro McMillan, you have to be consistent. And right now, Noah Fifta is not showing that. Especially week 1 against New Mexico State, that was not good at all. They were almost losing at half, and it's been seen throughout the season. Teodoro McMillan has been amazing, but they need to lock in. Arizona really needs to lock in right now. I have Utah beating Arizona just because Isaac Wilson's momentum for Utah has been outstanding. He has been so inconsistent. He has a lot of momentum. So I got Utah winning. And that's it for the picks this week. It is a very great week. I recommend you watch at least 2 games this week. Georgia versus Alabama and probably UCF versus Colorado. Of course I said that. But thank you guys for watching this video. See you guys in the next one. Goodbye.